Is this one big skit on I don't know what, but I'd say Saturday Night Live, but that's not funny anymore. Joining me now is Newt Gingrich, former Speaker of the House and Fox News contributor. Newt now claims that if we focus on the economy, which that's not what we're just focusing on, but it's really important to voters, but if you focus on that, democracy is dead. Oh, isn't it more accurate that the Democratic Party is sounding dead?
Look, I think the Democratic Party is breaking into two wings. One is weird and the other is insane. And from their standpoint, given what they believe in, a Republican victory is a unthinkable, horrifying thing. I mean, we might control spending. We might return power to the people. We might go for oil and gas independence. We might lock up criminals. I mean, we might actually expect schools to teach kids. I mean, there are a number of horrifying things, if you're a true left-winger, that we might be in favor of. So I sort of understand their anxiety. The problem they have is nothing they're doing is working. I just did a study yesterday when Joe Biden bought his most recent ice cream cone. It turned out that in the last 10 months, ice cream has gone up 20%. So he was sort of the personal personification of inflation coming down the street. Go through item after item. You want more criminals on the street? You vote for Fetterman in Pennsylvania. You want to make sure that Biden continues to inflate the economy? You vote for Warnock in Georgia. You want to make sure that we have IRS agents but nobody on the border? You vote for Mark Kelly in Arizona. All this stuff is coming home, and that's why the next 3 weeks you'll see, I think, you'll see the Democrats grow more and more panicked.
Well, the never-Trumpers have said that, look, this is about Trump. It's not about the Republican Party. But doesn't this entire episode demonstrate that it was about Republicans? It was about conservatism, especially populist conservatism. Anyone who adopts any of the views of traditional conservatives is going to be targeted as a fascist. It's not about Trump. It's about everything that embodies the conservative movement.
Look, the left despises middle-class, hardworking, everyday Americans. The left has this fancy idea that somehow, if you're not American, you're terrific. We ought to have an open border. Come join us. But if you're a hardworking American who pays your taxes, loves your country, willing to volunteer for the military, you're somebody that the left despises. That's far beyond just Trump or not Trump. And I think we need to be honest about the scale of the cultural fight that we're in. These are people who, I meant what I said earlier, they range between weird and insane. And their ideas are nuts. And I think we have to be prepared to stand up to that. I have a hunch we're going to win a huge victory in 3 weeks. And I think it's going to come as a great shock to the Democrats, but it'll be really good for America.
And Republicans better do the right thing once they get back into power. And Newt, thank you. Couldn't have had a better guest tonight.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.